Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Hooker back at you with another YouTube video from Madden 21. This is actually not Ultimate Team. So today we are starting our Connected Franchise series. I've never even played a Connected Franchise before, so I have no idea how this is going to work, what's going on. I haven't really watched any other YouTubers that do a Connected Franchise series. I might look into that at some point and just do some research to see what they do. But here we are. We're starting off a brand new league, and we're starting off with a fantasy draft. So that's what we're going to be doing today is our fantasy draft. And then kind of moving forward, my plan is to try to get this series or a video from this every Sunday. That's my goal, is pack and play on Saturdays, Connected Franchise on Sundays. And it's not always going to be gameplay. It's going to kind of be we'll play a couple games each week probably. And right now I'm the only person in the league, but if anybody joins the league, or if you guys want to join the league, feel free. You can pick up a team. And if we have like a head-to-head game with somebody, we'll probably go ahead and play that with gameplay, and then maybe I'll do like some highlights from some games. But it seems like I might be playing a lot of CPU at first, and then eventually we will go ahead and hopefully fill up the league with some players. But once again, never done this before. But we're going to start off with our fantasy draft. And for you guys that are interested in this or like this or have seen other people do this, comment what goes on down below so I can kind of keep up with what you guys want to see with this. But yeah, moving forward, we're going to be doing like player progression, any moves, and maybe like highlights from some games or something like that. We'll figure that one out at the very end. But right now, we're going to go ahead, start our fantasy draft. Let's go. But first, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. I appreciate it. Like, comment, all that fun stuff. Thanks, guys. Y'all are the best. Let's get started. We're going to start our fantasy draft. I don't know what pick we're going to be at, how this goes. We got pick number 13. So hopefully that means we can get like a decent quarterback or a receiver. I feel like we want to start off with probably somebody offensively to really build our franchise around. And I imagine probably someone a little bit on the younger side. If we're a quarterback, you don't want a quarterback that will retire at the end of the year. Obviously, some of the top quarterbacks are gone. I mean, Joe Burrow's here. What about wide receivers? Because we only have a minute to make each pick. DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas, Julio. A lot of good receivers are here. What about defensively? Like maybe like a really good like corner. We got a lot. But I think we're building a franchise. You build it around a quarterback. And I want to build it around a quarterback that is pretty decent. And I'm going to go Josh Allen here. And I'm sure this is a stretch taking him here, but we're going to build our franchise around Josh Allen right here. So he's ranked 37. I drafted him at 13, so maybe it was a bad pick, but it is what it is, right? Josh Allen is our franchise quarterback, and now we're at round 2, pick 20. So this is our next pick here. And I feel like we got to get him someone to throw the ball to. If we have a top-tier wide receiver and a top-tier quarterback, I feel like we can be good for a long stretch. So let's get a nice young quarterback or receiver here. I mean, we could go someone like Odell. He's going to be around for a while. I've got Scary Terry, who's fast. What about running or tight ends even? I mean, we got Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, a lot of very top tier end or second tier end quarterbacks or tight ends are still available. And corners, we still got some decent corners here. So I'm going to take a receiver so we at least have somebody that we can start building around. And I'm taking Odell. Probably, once again, a little bit of a stretch, but he's got a few years left on him for sure, so that's someone we can build on, and then maybe we'll draft like a wide receiver at some point to kind of continue to build with. And now we're at round 3, pick 13, so we're up here, and I feel like we got to get someone defensively at some point, right? Like a pretty solid cornerback would be probably what we want to look at here. Who we got available: Kyle Fuller, Marcus Peters, Casey Hayward, Marshawn Lattimore. I think we can sort by speed, right? Can we? Yeah. So like Dante Jackson, Shaq Griffin, L'Jarius Sneed, Anthony Brown. But now we're getting a little crazy here. Can I go back? And okay, let's go back to making our selection here. So overall, the best player available is Travis Kelce. I mean, do we want to just go ahead and get a pass catching tight end. I think we might want to go ahead and do that. Get a solid tight end to work with. We also have Darren Waller's available too, but Kelsey's a 99 overall. I think we go Travis Kelce here. And we're going to take Kelsey with our third pick. And it says he's ranked 79. We draft him at 77, and that's not that big of a stretch there. And I think we're going to have to speed this up. This might end up being a little bit longer. We got to grab someone on the defensive end, whether it's a corner or a safety, a pass rusher, something. Who are some of the top safeties? We got Harrison Smith, Adrian Amos, Jordan Poyer, Kareem Jackson. Let's look at free safeties. Devin McCourty, Logan Ryan, Earl Thomas. But corners, we still got Richard Sherman. If we get a really solid lockdown corner at some point, at least somebody that's pretty speedy, that'll help us out a lot. And I want Dante Jackson, but I think we can get him a little bit later on. So let's just see who's the top available. Should we get an offensive lineman? Or, if we have a solid offensive line, but we don't have anyone defensively, I feel like we need a corner. At least somebody that's somewhat lockdown-ish. I don't know, man. Free safeties, strong safeties. Obviously, I've never done this before, so you guys can give me your feedback on how I'm doing. Obviously, I'm running out of time. I think I'm going to take an offensive lineman here. We're taking Trent Williams here, a big left tackle. He's ranked 205 and drafted him at 116. So I guess we drafted Trent Williams a pinch early, but at least we're going to have a big offensive lineman for a long time. So let's see here. What about running backs? We haven't drafted a running back yet. There's some decent running backs still available. And I feel like running back is where I might want to go someone young and try to develop them. I love J.K. Dobbins, or maybe even another wide receiver. Who are some of the faster wide receivers? Henry Ruggs at 98 speed, Marquise Goodwin at 97, McCole Hardman, Hollywood Brown. I think I got to be a homer here. And I think I'm going to take Hollywood Brown. So we have a speedy wide receiver. And yeah, it says we stretched, but I love my Hollywood Brown. So that's who we went with there. And we definitely have to start working on our defense now. So defensively, we don't have anybody on the defense. So yeah, we definitely need to work on this. And we definitely need some decent corners. I mean, there's still a lot of corners still available here. I mean, we could go Pat Pete. Who are some of the faster corners? We need speed. Speed is king here. I don't know who Keon Croson is. Let's see, but we are running out of time. Let's look at overall. I mean, we got Harrison Smith, Devin McCourty, Brandon Brooks, but we need defense, I really feel like, and I'm not worried about my defensive line at first. I want some decent corners or secondary. All right, screw it. We're going to take the best available overall, Harrison Smith. And it looks like we got him at good value, so we'll take it. But I feel like my corners are going to be bad, especially when we play a top end team. So we got to get a corner. We got to get someone in our secondary. We got Jason Verrett, Jimmy Smith, Pat Pete is still here. Joe Hayden's pretty decent as well. But I mean, the further we go down, the more you're like, I don't really know any of these players. So let's get one who's just a very good overall. We could go Jason Verrett, Jimmy Smith. I'm going Pat Pete. And then maybe our second one will be a fast guy. So it says we stretched a little bit on Pat Peterson, but it is what it is. I think I'm just going to show you our top 10 picks, and then we'll kind of skip the rest of the draft. Well, I'll do the draft, and then I'll kind of show you how the team went, because this is getting very long, and then we'll kind of get started from there. So I got a minute left on this pick because I just started talking a little bit. So let's see here. Let's get a second corner, and we need somebody who's fast. So let's go by speed and decent overall as well. We got Fabian Moreau, Anthony Brown. Greedy Williams is young with 93 speed. Let's see here. AJ Terrell, a rookie. I feel like having rookies is good. Screw it. This is definitely a stretch. We're not going to do it. We're just going to go. Let's see here. I'm running out of time. We're taking Greedy Williams. And, oh, I took him way too early because I have no idea what I'm doing. So, round 10, we're at pick 20. And honestly, we need probably a free safety to lock up our secondary, or maybe a pass rusher. Who are some of the best outside linebackers available? We got Van Noy, Jamie Collins, Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr's pretty good. Middle linebacker, who's available? Avery Williamson, Devin Bush. And right outside linebacker, let's see. No names that really stand out. And what safety did we need? I think we needed was it a strong or a free safety that we needed? We need a free safety still. And we got Earl Thomas. I don't want Earl Thomas. I think that we're going to go with, you know what? Screw it. We're taking Devin Bush. We've got a middle linebacker here. Yeah, we drafted him early. Anyways, guys, those were our first 10 picks. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the draft, and then I will get back to you, and we'll kind of go over the team and what we're going to do from there. All right, so our draft is finally over. Not sure how we did. We ended up with an 86 overall team, which I think is pretty decent. But we'll find out. But kind of going over player by player or position. Josh Allen is our quarterback. I did sim like the last 10 rounds because I was like, I'm picking 60, 65 overall players. So we kind of let it sim. But we drafted Josh Allen, Trace McSorley at quarterback because you got to have Trace McSorley. Just for the TikTok, right? Antonio Gibson is our halfback that we drafted first, and we also have Shady over here. So, and then I guess we auto got drafted Joshua Kelly. We did pick up Pat Ricard at fullback. Wide receivers, we have Odell Beckham, Antonio Brown, Marquise Brown, Marquise Goodwin. Not sure who some of these other guys are. We also drafted some guys that were just overall fast. So I was going for speed, especially on the wide receivers. So we'll see how that works out for us. Offensive line, doesn't really matter who our backups are. Trent Williams, Richie Incognito, Jason Kelsey, Brandon Brooks, Morgan Moses. Pretty decent offensive line, I think. I think we drafted smart with that. We are all high overalls. Some of them are a little bit older in their career, so hopefully they stick around with us for 3 or 4 years at least, so we can draft someone behind them. But then tight ends, Travis Kelsey, Robert Tonyan. Pretty happy with how the offense came out. Defense is where we're going to really freaking suck. So, safeties, we do have, I guess free safety, we don't have anyone any good. We did draft Eric Berry and Harrison Smith at strong safety. I might end up moving Eric Berry or Harrison Smith, one of them, over to free safety. We'll figure that out. This is just literally auto-generated. I haven't messed around with the lineup yet. We'll do that. I'll probably go through the preseason this week, and then we'll kind of recap there on our next video. Outside linebackers, we got Mingo and Shaq Griffin, and then Devin Bush and Wesley Woodyard as our middle linebackers. Cornerbacks, we have Patrick Peterson, Jason McCourty, Greedy Williams, Jonathan Joseph, and was this Kayvon Crayson, something like that. Keon Crayson. He was very fast, so that's why we drafted him. Our ends, we got AJ Epinesa and Randy Gregory, and then our interior offensive lineman or defensive lineman, Tyson Alualu and Pico, Demo Demaco, something like that. Demata Pico Senior. Yeah, our defensive line is weak as our as our linebackers. So maybe we'll make some moves, try to make some trades, do something like that. Special teams, we did end up with Justin Tucker at kicker, and then we just drafted, and I'm going to attempt to pronounce his name, at punter. He had the best kick power of all the players left when I was drafting a punter. And then you see we do have some speedy guys here that could be kick returners, so we'll mess around with that later. But that's it. If any of you guys want to join the franchise, go right on ahead. Please feel free. It'll be more fun if there's actual people in there versus me playing the computer all the time. But that's all I got for you today. Once again, any feedback on how you guys have seen Connected Franchise Series go on in the past, or you'd like to see it, let me know down below and I'll do that. I'll try to get some gameplays for you. We're going to do preseason, so probably going to sim most of it. I might play a game or two. Maybe I'll post some highlights, but if I'm playing the computer, it's just not going to be fair. I'm just going to crush them. So we'll see there. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that sub button, like, and comment. I love y'all, and I will see you guys really soon.